Alright, hello. We are doing the Ospf example he gave us in class. Disclaimer, the reason this video is so late is because it took me so long to figure out why mine wasn't working with his version of it. And simply put, the crossover cables for some reason were causing issues. So this pink one right here is a completed one of what he gave us. Two issues, obviously the crossover cable, but also he gave us an IP address over here. He gave us 240. And it would not work, so I changed it to 24. So that all in mind, that's why I have serial cable connections here, and the one that he gave us just had this one. So to prove this is all working, we're going to go ahead and this desktop, we're going to ping a desktop all the way across. So for me, we will do ping 172.16.1.50, and as you can see, this desktop is pinging this desktop over here. So we've got complete connection. So that's done. To bring it back down to what I was explaining, here is the new version we're going to be using. I've already went ahead and put serial ports on all 4 of these routers. So we're going to go ahead and connect. Now, if you recall, I like to do it where I have all my clock rates on one router. So to do that, the first one I click on is going to get the clock symbol, which is the one that's the DCE. So I'm going to click and do 0, 1, 0 here, then we do 0, 1, 0 here. All that matters is that I remember which ones I do, because actually we're not going to do that one. Let's do, that's not what I wanted, but we're going to do it anyway. We're going to fix it. All right, let's go ahead and delete. We'll delete this one. Start over. We're going to start over. I want to use that 0/0 because we're so used to doing it. So again, I click on this one. That gives me my first connection, i.e. that's going to be the one that has the clock. So you see all my 3 clock rates are there. For the sake of simplicity, and again keeping all of my clocks in one, I'm going to use a regular cable to connect these bad boys together. So now I've got my 3 routers in a triangle and then my 1 ISP off to the side. Go ahead and press Control, and we're going to connect to our switches here. 0, 1 to 0, 1 just works better in my mind because we've already got 0, 1 on both of them. Might as well use them both. And then I'm going to click here, 0, 0, and 0, 1. All right. Now, if we start at the beginning of what he gave us, he says name all of your routers. So I went ahead and named all of them LAF22, LAF11, and LAF33 because I already have the other ones in the same map, but for the sake and purposes, you get it. Named ISP2 as well. Add in devices to all LANs. So the first step we're going to be come here, hold Control, click on a PC, and we're going to put us a PC on all of these. Now we'll come here in our lightning bolt, press Control again, and we'll connect these to first port. It doesn't matter which one, we're just going to keep it the same and connect it to the first available port. Alright, now next step is to assign IP addresses to all usable interfaces on the routers. So what I like to do, and I'm sure you've seen with Brent as well, is I'm going to put a notation of what my IP address that I'm using for that network is so that I remember later on, because I'm probably going to forget. So we'll start right here, 172.16.2.0. So we're going to give this bad boy at the top .1, and we'll give down here .2. Then we come to this network, it's a .8, so we're going to give .9 to here and .10 to here. And then on this network it's .4, so we'll put .5 here and .6 on this one. Then this is a network on its own, so we're going to give this one .1. This is a network down here on its own, so we're going to give that one .1. Oh wait, no we're not. This network is 172.16.1.32, so it means I must start at 33. So this one's going to be .33. And then if I come over to this one by the ISP, it's a .0, so I can go ahead and give this .1. Now we also have this 76.2.2 network, which means we're going to give .1 to the left and .2 to the right. I like to work right to left. It just feels easier. Right, left, top, down. Usually that's easier for me to remember it. Now these PCs, we're going to go ahead and write out what their IP address is going to be so that when we go put them in the computer, we already remember. Let's give this one 11. we'll come down here. This one's .32. I gave 33 to the gateway, so let's give this one 44. Okay, and then we'll come over here to this last one, and we'll do 24.2.2. We'll give it 22. All right, so we've kind of got all of our IP addresses laid out here. I'm going to go ahead and move things around so that they're easier to see. That is not what I wanted to do. Okay, so it's really hard to see here, but you see how I've got S0 like that. Let's try that. There we go. Okay, so .1, that's for this network. This will be .5 for this network. .6 right there. So you see I've got S0 here. I can kind of read that better. This will be .1. This will be .10. I'm trying to put it by that serial, that interface, so it's a little bit easier to recognize it. And then again, .9's here. This will be .33, and this will be .2. So that's for that one, that one, that one. Then we'll come here. We'll put this one. Actually, we'll leave it on this side because I got .1 here, and I got .2 here. Right? And if you notice, I moved this over here. That is my S0. This is S0. Right? Okay. And then this will be .1. Alright. Hello. Back. Alright. So this network, I think we got it all sorted. So let's assign IP addresses, shall we? Let's start out with our computers because, well, that's just easy to remember. We'll do our computers first. That's the easiest thing. So 172.16.1.11 gateway subnet mask is 255.255.255. This is a /27. So I have it on the screen at the bottom here. That means it's 224. I had to look it up. I couldn't remember, but .224. So if he throws us for a loop in there, be prepared. He throws us some weird subnet mask. Okay, so my gateway is going to be .1, and that's it for that one. I'm going to click on this computer. Again, I like to make it bigger so I can see. IP config. This one's going to be 172.16.1.44, 255.255.255. This is a /27 as well, so 224. 172.16.1.33. Remember that was the weird one. And then we'll come over here to this one. Same concept, IP, make it bigger so we can see. This one is going to be what? 24.2.2.22, 255.255.255.0, 24.2.2.1. Okay, so again, I changed this from 240 to 24 because 240 wouldn't work when I tried to put it in. All right, now we're done with that. Now let's come back in here. Let's start with, again, I like to work top down, so we'll start with LAV2. We'll put all our interfaces. We're going to follow the steps. So we will be going back to the routers several times. No enable config T. Host name LAF22. Okay. First things first, interfaces. So I've got gig 0/1, gig 0/0, and S0/0/0. So let's start with int gig 0/0. That is going to be IP address 172.16.2.1, 255.255.255.252, and of course no shutdown. Okay, up, delete the 0, put a 1. Now that is going to be up. IP is going to be 172.16.1.1, so that's my left side network, and it's a /27, so that means I need to do 224. Enter, up, no shutdown, and then my serial. So I'm going to do int S0/0/0, enter, up, IP address. I'm going to go up back to that last one because it was a .2.1, so we'll .2.5, and again /30. Enter, up, no shutdown. Now I don't need to do clock rate. Why? Because it's on my other router. So we're going to worry about that for now. Those are my three interfaces. Now, if you notice, we're going to follow the steps, but we're going to come back and we're going to add loopback addresses next. So exit, do read write, and that's done. Let's go down here to LAF1, or LAF11. No, enable, config T, host name, LAF11. Same concept. We'll start with int gig 0/0. IP address is going to be 172.16.2.2, and then it's a /30. Enter, and of course we always put no shutdown after any IP address. Up, up, up. Delete the 0, put a 1. That interface is IP address 172.16.1, and that's going to be our 33. Remember our weird one? And it's not 252, it's 224 because it's /27. Up, 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 no shutdown. Up, up, up. We're going to go to S0/0/0, and then our IP address, we're going to hit up a couple more times to get to our 2, and we're going to change that to a 9. Since it was .8, we start at 9. Enter, up, 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 no shutdown. And then again, we're not worried about clock rate. So exit and do read write. All right, let's go to LAF33. LAF33, we're going to go ahead, no, enable, config T. And let's move this out of our way so we can see a little bit better. There we go. We're going to do int. There are no gigabits, so we're going to start with S0/0/0. Okay, and that is my right side serial connection. So the IP address is going to be 76.2.2.1, and it's a /24. Did I get that right? It's supposed to be a /30. Whoops, /30. I didn't think that was right. So /30. Boom, and no shutdown. Again, type that down every time. Now I have a clock right here, so that means I'm going to type clock space rate and 64,000. Okay, so now that one is good to go. And we're going to hit, there you go, so you went to up. We're going to type up till we get to the 0/0/1 is going to be our next interface. Up, 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 and we're going to make it 172. That's our top network, so that's going to be .16.2, and it's .6. It is a /30 though, so we're good. Once again, no shutdown. Once again, up, up, up till I get the clock rate. All right, and then we'll go do our final serial, which is 0/1/0. Okay, up, up, up. IP address is going to be .10. So come over here, .10. And again, no shutdown after you type in IP address. Just do it. Just do it. All right. IT Club President says do it. Okay. See how things are populating? We have to do clock rate. Why? Because this says clock rate. Okay. Got the clock on it. All right. Those are the 3 connections for that one. So we're going to go ahead and exit, and we'll do a read write. And finally, we'll come over here to our ISP. We're going to click on that. And no. Enable, config T, and ISP host name ISP2. Okay. Now you see I've got this right here, so I'm gonna move this, snug it over a little bit so we can see. We've got 2 connections, one serial and one Ethernet gigabit. Excuse me. So let's do int gig 0/0. IP address is going to be 24.2.2.1, and it's a /24. Haven't done those in a while. No shutdown. All right, and I hit enter again, obviously, to clear that message. We're going to go up to int, and then we're going to do S0/0/1/0. So we got different. Remember, you got to keep track of your interfaces. Make sure you type it in the right one. Okay, and up, 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 and it's going to be .2. 76.2.2.2. So then this needs to be a 76, and it is a /30, which means we're going to do what? .252. Enter, no shutdown. I do not have a clock right there, so I don't have to type in clock rate. And that's it for that. Exit, do read write. Okay, cool. Now let's come back to our list here. This is done, so these are all done. Boom. Okay, Now, step 4, go to LAF1 and add 2 loopback addresses. So LAF1's right here. I'm going to go ahead and draw this out so that's easier to see, and then we'll go ahead and put it in. So I'm going to draw a line here and a line there. And since I know LAF2 is next, I'm going to go ahead and just do that now. LAF2, that's going to be our 2 loopback addresses. Okay? I'm going to take a text box and I'm going to type in loop 0, and it's going to be 172.16.1.64/27. Now, I'm going to put 65, and you're going to know, you may ask why, and we'll go over it when we get to it. But essentially, you have to treat it just like a network ID. You got to do a different one. If you tried to put in 64, it wouldn't work. I mean, I'll do it so that you can see that it doesn't work, so I'm not just making this up, as much as I like making things up. And we'll go ahead and knock these out too as well, since we're already typing. This one's going to be 172.16.1.29/27, and this will be loop 1 172.16.1.161/27. Okay, so that's all done. We've got our labels nice and labeled here. So those are our 2 loopback interfaces. So let's go ahead and get to LAF1. Now, we're already in config, so we're going to do interface, int, LO, and then 0. So LO 0, enter. It automatically turns it to up, but we're still going to put no shutdown because it's good to keep that in your mind. You don't have to do it. We're going to do it. Deal with it. IP address. Now, let's say I use what's listed right here, which is 172.16.164.255.255.255.224. Those /27, right? This is what happens. Bad mask. It's bad mask. So you have to treat it like a network ID. So instead of doing /64 or .64, we're going to go ahead and type no, and then we're going to come back up to here, and we're going to do 65, which again is what I have written, and lo and behold, it accepts it. So no shutdown, and then we're going to hit up to LO 0, and we're going to delete the 0, put a 1. Now this is loopback 1, up, and instead of 65, we're going to type in 97. Enter. Accepts it. Up, no shutdown, and now our loopback addresses are done. Exit, do, read, write. So now the next step is to go to what? LAF2. So we'll go ahead and highlight this. That's done. LAF2. Come back to LAF2, and we'll do the exact same thing. Interface LO 0, and we're going to do IP address. And 172.168.1.29.255.255.254/27 is 224. No shutdown, even though I don't need to do it, we're going to do it. Up, change the 0 to a 1. Same exact thing, up. Instead of 129, we're going to put 161. Enter, up, no shutdown. Exit, do, read, write. That's done. Now, those are the easy steps. Those are done. Those are all the interfaces. Next, we're going to configure OSPF on the routers. So OSPF will just start in numerical order, even though that's different than how I normally do it. I go top to bottom. We're going to follow the instructions. So we'll start with LAF1. Click on LAF1. Now, we're already in LAF11. We're already in config, right? How do we get to OSPF? We type in what? Router OSPF 10 or 5 or 4 or 6 or whatever you want. Okay, now it just says config-router. First step we used to just do network. We just started putting networks in. Now we got to remember to put our router ID. So we put in router and then a router ID. He wants 1.1.1 for LAF1. Now I type in network, and we look at what networks LAF1 is connected to. So I've got this 172.168.1.2.2 and my 2 loopbacks. So I've got 5 I need to type in. Now he showed us an easier way. Remember we had to do the inverse, the wildcard subnet mask? I think this is much easier. You may have to type in more commands, but I feel like this is just the easier way to do it. This is the way I'm going to do it. You do it. If you like to do it the other way, you can go ahead and do it the other way. I think this is easier. I'm going to sit here and another reason why I write those numbers down, you see I've got .2, .9, .33. So every time I see one of those, I'm going to put a network there. So we'll start off with this. Network 172.16.2.2. And then I just type in 0.0.0.0, area 0. I can keep my left hand on the keys, type in area 0 with my right hand on the, like it's just faster for me. I'm going to hit up. What's my other network that's in the same first three is the .9. So you see I've already got this one. Now I'm going to get this one. Go over, type .9, enter. Okay. Now I got to do, let's do the loop backs. Loop back. We'll type in 65. Hit up. I mean, it doesn't get much easier than this. Hitting up and deleting a couple things. Now we did 97. So that's one network left. 172.16.1.33. So we'll come over here, put 33. Boom. That's it. That's it. It's done. Exit. Do read write. That's it. Just like that. Okay. So now we're on laugh 2. Okay. I didn't ask you that. Okay. Laugh 2. Laugh 2. Laugh 2. We're going to type in what? Router, Ospf, and then some number. I'm going to do 10. Again, I'm going to type in router. Instead of typing just network, I'm going to type router. And we want 2.2.2.2. Enter. Now I'm going to type my network. Same thing. We're going to type in network 172.16.2 dot whatever my interface number is, whatever the interface value is. So for me, it's up here, it's .1, and then 0.0.0 area 0. Come over here, type a .5, enter. Now I've got 2 loopbacks and that side network as well. So we're going to come up. And we're going to change this to a 1 and this to a 1. So that's my network right here. That's that .1, right? Okay. Hit enter. That's it. My 2 loopback addresses are .1.129. Hit enter. Other ones 161. I just feel like this is easier than trying to do the wild card in your head, right? You just literally type the interface, type zeros after it, area 0. I just think that's easier. That's just me. So that's it. That's all of our networks. That's it. That's it. Done. Save in. Okay? So, laugh 2 is done. Highlight. Now let's come to laugh 3. Okay? Laugh 3. I didn't rename this one. Whoopsies. I thought I'd forgotten one. It's all good. I forgive myself. All right. Router. Ospf. A random number. We're going to use 10. Router. Instead of typing network, I type router. And then I'm going to type the ID he gives us. So 3.3.3 is what he gave us. Now I type in network. Now this one only has 3 networks connected to it. Laugh 3 has the 2 inner ones and the 1 outer one. So network 172.16.2.6 0.0.0.0 area 0. Network. I'm going to just type it out to show how much faster I find this to be. 172.16.2.10 0.0.0 area 0. Boom. So you see I've got this network done. I got this network done. Now I need to do this network. So I'm going to type in network 76.2.2 and this interface is .1 0.0.0.0 area 0. That's it. Exit. Do read write. And that's it. Done. Okay. Now, we're going to go ahead and do this step just because we're going to do it. I'm going to exit back out to my base console, so my enable console, right? I'm going to type in clear IP Ospf process. Okay? How did I get here? If I type a question mark, the command clear is right here. Okay? So clear question mark. What's next? IP, because we're not doing IPv6, right? We're just doing regular IP. Okay, question mark. There you can see OSPF. Boom. Right, and then question mark process. You have to put process. I hit enter. Reset all OSPF processes. If I type in yes right now in all caps, watch what it's going to say. Please enter yes or no. So I have to take off caps lock, type in yes, and then I'm good. I'm going to come here and put the exact same command on all of these. Exit, clear, IP, OSPF, process. Yes. And then we're going to read write on that one. Let's read right here. Now let's come back to LAF2 and exit, clear, IP, OSPF, process. Yes. And then read write. Okay. I'm going to knock that out. We may have to do it again, make everything work, but that's fine. I don't mind. I just wanted to show the command clear, IP, OSPF, process. Now, the next step is to configure OSPF priority 25 on LAF2 interface gig 0. Now, what does that mean? Well, if we go look at where he had gig 0 at, gig 0 is this connection right here. It's the connection between LAF2 and LAF1. So if we come look at mine, that actually happens to be the same number, but essentially he's going to tell us to do it on this interface. So the good news is it's the same interface, so we're not going to be too confused here. Okay, so it's this interface right here, the one that goes between LAF2 and LAF1. So what does that mean? That means I need to go into LAF2, right? Config T, and then I need to be on the interface. So the interface, that's the connection between the two routers. In my case, it's going to be int gig 0/0. Okay. Now, I don't know what to do from this point, right? So what do? I use my question mark. So you see here, I've got a whole bunch of options, right? So what if we did IP question mark? Well, look, OSPF is an option right here, right? OSPF. What are my options? What did he say? Priority, right? Look, there's priority, right? Priority. Okay, and then question mark again, a random number. So even though I wasn't sure where to go, I could figure out, I knew IP was the command that I needed. So if you come here, this is a long list of stuff, right? Most of this crap we don't need, okay? But IP you do need, because we're doing an internet protocol. So IP's been in most of the commands we've been doing, right? So IP, OSPF, priority, and then he wants 25, so type in 25. So that command's done. Done. Now, set cost to 2 on the link between LAF2 and LAF1. Okay, so if you notice a common denominator between these two, right? It's LAF1. So we can go ahead and do it on both. We can just do it on LAF1. Doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and do it on LAF1 since LAF2 is in both of these things he's asking us to do. So we're going to leave LAF2 alone. We're going to go back to LAF1. Okay. LAF1. We're going to go ahead and config T. Can't remember the command. Question mark. Oh, IP. Yeah, it's right there. Okay. IP. What's my next option? Oh, I didn't go to the interface. My bad. Exit. Okay. Config T. What interface are we dealing with? Interface between LAF2 and LAF1. So that for me on LAF1 is gig 0/0. So int gig 0/0. Okay. Question mark. There's IP right there. Boom, 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 boom. So IP. There's OSPF. Question mark. Now instead of priority this time, we're doing cost. Notice how he said the word cost, and there's the word cost right there. Question mark, I put a number in. He said set the cost to 2. Enter. That's it. So IP OSPF cost, IP OSPF priority, whichever one he tells us. Okay, so that's the link between LAF2 and LAF1 is on gig 0. the link between LAF1 and LAF3 is my serial port right here. So we're going to do int s0/0/0/0, enter, and then IP OSPF cost 2. All right, exit, read write. Now we've knocked these out. These are done. Okay. Now I'm gonna wait and do that clear IP OSPF process command one more time. I'll do it at the end, just to be sure. But the next step is to configure default route from LAF3 to ISP. Now, LAF3 is over here. Let's click on LAF3. LAF3 default route. What's default route? Default route is all zeros. So that's an easy one to do. Config T. We're going to type in what? IP route and then a bunch of zeros. And then we need to know how does LAF3 get to the ISP? Through this connection right here. Well, we need the next hop address. What's my next hop address? Well, that's that .2 I got right here. So I'm going to type in 76.2.2.2. That's it. Done. Done. That's it. Default route. Okay? Default route going that way, going to the ISP, right? So that's done. Now, advertise the default route to all routers. So this is a command we haven't done recently. We have to get used to this one. So I'm going to go ahead and type router OSPF 10. Okay? If you used 5, used 4, whatever it is you used, type that in. Now, if I hit question mark, what are going to be my options here? Not that much, surprisingly, but what's good to know is what? We've got default information here. Control distribution of default information. Well, there you go. That's what we want. We want to share the default information. So we're going to type in DEF, hit a tab, and it fills it for us. And if I hit enter, it says what? Incomplete command. I have to type something else after it. Question mark, I've only got one option, originate. Type in OR, it populates it for me. Boom. So that is how I advertise the default route to all routers. Default information originate. And again, if I'm not sure, I can just use the question mark. Now, we're going to go ahead and jump on to the next step of this process, which is configure static route from ISP to all LANs in LAF. So, I need to be on the ISP to do this. Okay? So let's come to the ISP. Enable, config T, IP route. Now, static route, not a default route. Default route was all zeros. Static route, we need to know what networks where, right? Okay, well, if we look at this, there's literally just 172.16.1 networks and 172.16.2 networks. So that's just two static routes I need to do. You don't have to make it freaking complicated. Literally, we can just type 172.16.1.0, 255.255.255.0. My next hop address is the other way, 76.2.2.1, because we were going to ISP, right? We were going here, so that was my next hop. Well, now if I'm at the ISP and I want to go to LAF, then my .1 is my next hop address. Hit enter, hit up. Come over here, change this 1 to a 2. Notice all of these networks are in the same first 3 octets, whatever you want to call them, right? So the other stuff doesn't matter. Why? If we put a 0, it means it's going to search through everything. Hit enter. That's done. That's it. Exit. Read write. Done. That is done. Okay? So that's static routes, default routes, those are simple. Okay? So, one thing we didn't do was include passive connections. I don't know if he's going to ask us to do that. He didn't give it to us in this example, but we'll go over that real quick. These two routers will have passive connections. So these networks that are hanging out over here, they don't need to be part of OSPF. They don't need to be talking to the router. So let's come over here to LAF1. We're going to config T. We're going to go router OSPF 10. I'm going to hit my question mark. Notice what's right here. Passive interface command. So I'm going to type in PASS tab. Now, all I have to do is type in the name of the interface. So what is my connection that's going to the network down there? Gig 0/1. So I'm going to type in gig 0/1. Enter. So now the router knows that don't expect any hello messages from there, because there's nothing that's going to be saying hello. Okay? Exit, exit, read write. We're also going to type in clear IP Ospf process. Yes. Okay? And read write again just for shits and giggles. All right, let's come up here to laugh 2. Do the exact same thing. Exit. Now, router Ospf 10. What was it? Passive. I just type in. Boom. If he shows passive in the instructions, all you gotta do is type it in there and hit tab, and it auto generates it for you. Now, on this router, exact same scenario. Gig 0/1 is the interface that's going to the passive network. Hit enter, exit, exit, read write. Then we're gonna do clear IP Ospf process. Enter, all lowercase, yes. And then I'll throw another read write in there. Oh well, I screwed it up. I put EWR. Anyway, let's come back to here. Exit. Clear IP Ospf process. Yes. Do a read write. Alright. Now, we should be good to go. We'll see. Since this is all screwed up, I messed it up. I did a boo-boo. Let's go ahead and see if we come here to this computer. We're going to start pinging stuff. Okay? So I know for a fact this is my IP address, right? And I can double check. Why? Because I already did it. So let's come here and we'll go to command prompt. Ping. Like my capitals. Ping. What's its gateway? 24.2.2.1. Okay, great. I can see my gateway. Let's go to the other side of that ISP router. .2. That doesn't exist. Why would you do that? 76.2.2.2. And I can see it. Okay, well, I'm attached to that router, so you'd hope you could see it. Let's see if we can see .1, which is the other side of LAF 3. You know what I didn't put? Config T, IP routing, exit, read write. Unless I got it wrong. Let's see if I got it wrong. .2.2.1. No, it's there. It's there. This one's still locked up? Okay, it's good. Let's do config T, IP routing. And we'll go ahead and put it on here too. You know what? Why not? Let's do it. Can't hurt to put it, right? Just a command. No big deal. Alright. Back where we were. Okay, so I can see the other side of the router. Okay, great. Let's go ahead and put IP routing on this one too, just to cover our asses. IP routing. All right, done. Now, back to the business. You gonna be like this? Fine, be like this. All right, let's try it from this other end. Let's try it from this way. Ping. 172.16.1.33. Okay, I can see my gateway. No surprises there. Alright, let's see if I can spy with my little eye. Other side of that router. Okay, great. And we want to see the other side of that router, so .9. Okay, great, I can see it. Now let's see if we can see another router. Let's get crazy with it. Sure enough, I can see another router. Okay, let's try .6. Okay, I can see that. Awesome. Let's see if I can see .1. I sure can. I can see that router up there. .5. Sure can. Let's try ping 1972.16.1.65. Let's see if we can see that loopback. Sure can. See loopback there. I can see this loopback. Yep. And we'll check out these other loopbacks that we got. 161. I sure can. And I can see 29. Awesome. Now let's see if we can see that other computer that's over there. That's .11. Now it's got to find it, but we should be able to see it. There we go. I can see it. Now, can I see that one that's way over there? That's giving me issues. Destination host unreachable. Alright, so we got an issue we got to solve. I'm going to go ahead and pause it. Well, I'm just going to, from this point, skip forward, and I'm just going to restart everything. Alright, so I saved you the trouble. Another reason why this took so long, I had this issue multiple times for packet tracer being packet tracer. I deleted router LAF33 and then recreated it with all the exact same commands. The 3 interfaces, the clock rate, the default route. I did all of that and it's working. So I don't know why packet tracer hates you and me so much, but that fixed it. So to prove it, we're gonna ping 24.2.2.1. Okay, that's my gateway. Of course I should see it. So let's ping 76.2.2.2, which is the other side of the ISP. And now .1, I can see it. It just for some reason wouldn't connect to the OSPF. The OSPF was working between those two, it wasn't working between 3. Let's go ahead and do 172.16.2.6. I can see it. So that's the other side of LAF 33. And I can see .10. Let's see if we can see LAF 2. So we'll do .5. Sure enough, I can see it. Can I see .1? Sure can. Let's see if we can see LAF 1. So let's do .2. I can see it. And .9. I can see it. Alright, let's try some of the .1 networks. So .1.65, that's the loop back there, that's working. .97, that's working. Let's try that computer all the way over there, 44. I can see that. Let's try that computer way up there, 11. Sure enough, I can see it. So if you know you did it right, delete that router and redo it. Hopefully packet tracer doesn't give us problems for the test, but otherwise that's all the stuff. So